Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Rangnick reveals Edinson Cavani wants to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Last Thursday, Edinson Cavani and Rangnick had a meeting. The other week, Rangnick said he desperately wants Edinson Cavani to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Cavani has had a couple of injuries this season. He has been linked with a move to Barcelona. Towards the end of last year, it said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona have been seeing him as a replacement for Maguire because Maguire retired due to heart problems. Cavani's also been linked with Juventus, and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Cavani's out of contract at Man United in the summer. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani has got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG, and he was also a long-serving player at PSG. Cavani played last Monday night against Wolves. I thought he was poor. He played up top alongside Ronaldo, and usually Cavani and Ronaldo play very well together. Cavani played in the 3-1 win against Burnley. I thought he led the line well in that game. And he rescued a point for Manchester United in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle towards the end of last year because he come on and scored in that game. So that's the news on Cavani. Now Ralph Rangnick has laid into his players ahead of Manchester United's game against Aston Villa in the FA Cup third round. Ralph Rangnick tells Man United players pressing is the only way forward. Rangnick has been Manchester United's interim manager for over a month now. And reports said the other week that Rangnick is already losing the dressing room at Manchester United. It said that 17 Manchester United players are unhappy with Rangnick and want to leave. Rangnick's already under pressure at Manchester United, but despite that, Rangnick got told that transfer funds are available this month. So reflecting on that, Rangnick will be backed by the Glazers. Manchester United lost to Wolves last Monday night. That was Rangnick's first defeat as Manchester United manager, and it was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. Reflecting on the poor performances under Rangnick, I'd say Rangnick is blameless. The players are to blame for the poor performances. The players are the biggest problem at Manchester United at this moment in time. And I'm very sceptical that Rangnick will get the Man United job on a permanent basis. He is our interim manager until the end of the season, and it did mention that Rangnick will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. But now it's saying the consultancy role for Ralph Rangnick is in doubt. Since Rangnick come in, he has made changes at Manchester United. Earlier on this season, he brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he brought Sascha Lenz in as a sports psychologist. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Rangnick's made it clear that he wants a centre defensive midfielder at Manchester United. Will Manchester United make a signing in this January transfer window? Well, there's a lot of players that Manchester United have been linked with. There'll be more outgoings this month than incomings. In the summer, Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. Now, you know the news on Mauricio Pochettino. It recently said from the Manchester Evening News that Mauricio Pochettino's move to Manchester United is almost done. Pochettino wants Manchester United and Manchester United want Pochettino. Pochettino will leave PSG by June at the latest. Revert back to earlier on this season, Pochettino came out a few times and said that I'm happy at PSG, and he said he wouldn't let the Man United rumours distract him. Earlier on this season as well, it said Manchester United were prepared to pay the 10 million compensation fee for Pochettino. Pochettino's got like a full season left on his PSG contract. I think he has won a French Cup at PSG. Revert back to when Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho. Manchester United should have got Pochettino, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. He's a good manager, Pochettino, even though he's hardly won anything. You know, he's proven in the Premier League, which is beneficial because before Pochettino managed Tottenham, he endured 5.5 years at Tottenham. And analysing the vast majority of his managerial tenure at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. In 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and at one point he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Before Pochettino managed Southampton, he only enjoyed a short tenure with them, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. And before Southampton, he managed Espanyol. So there you go. There's a lot of Manchester United fans that would like to see Erik Tenhack be the next permanent manager. Well, what?
What are you doing? I've done my test.
Have you? Have you got it?
I'm waiting for the result.
Well, wait for the result then.
What I'm doing?
Alright, wait for the result then.
Well, I fucking wait to make money, yeah?
Yeah.
I just said to him, why didn't you claim 500 quid isolation payment? You know what I mean? I might send him a message on my journal saying I'm entitled to what virus. Why don't you, Charlie?
No. No. Yeah. What? What?
It's a fraud. A lot of this is a fraud.
I know.
It's a fraud.
Where was I? So like I was saying, it said not so long ago that Erik Tenhack is leading the race to become Manchester United's next manager. You've got to admire the work that Erik Tenhack has done at Ajax. You know, he's won a couple of trophies with them. Back in 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals, and I like the way he develops young players. Erik Tenhack has been Ajax manager for around 5 years. He's got a contract with them until 2023. Earlier on this season, Edwin van der Sar spoke about Manchester United's interest in Erik Tenhack. Van der Sar is the CEO of Ajax. Before Ajax, Erik Tenhack managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves, and before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Manchester United are looking for their 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson sacked David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Manchester United are not really known as a sacking football club. Manchester United have spent around £1 billion since Ferguson retired, and we've brought over 40 players in since Ferguson retired. And obviously Rangnick is inheriting players who other managers have brought in. Look at the players that Manchester United have got. You know, obviously we've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo recently held crisis talks with his agent Jorge Mendes about his future. Ronaldo is ready to quit Manchester United if the club's next manager isn't to his liking. The other week, Ronaldo came out and said that I'm not happy at Man United, but Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes said that Ronaldo's very happy at Manchester United. Manchester United have relied on Ronaldo far too much, and there's been quite a few games where he's saved us this season. Disregarding Ronaldo, Manchester United would be in a worse position than they're in now. Manchester United re-signed Ronaldo last summer for 20 million with add-ons included. Ronaldo wears the number 7 shirt and he's under contract with them.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Oh, it's lifted. Yeah.
As I said, he's got a contract with Man United until 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week at Man United, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. You know, Ronaldo has won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. You know, we've also got Mason Greenwood as well. That's a talented player. You know, we've got Jadon Sancho. You know, Jadon Sancho's done nowhere near as well as a lot of Manchester United fans expected, but it does take some players time to settle in. Anthony Elanga, you know, he looks a good asset for the first team squad. He's made a few first team appearances as Anthony Elanga. He's been part of the club for a long time, Elanga, hasn't he? He joined Manchester United's academy at the age of 12 last year. Anthony Elanga signed a new contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. I'm hearing that Anthony Elanga is going out on loan. We've also got Amad Diallo. I'm hearing that Amad Diallo is going out on loan. Manchester United have also got Bruno Fernandes. He's a good player. He's one of the best players we've got, and he's certainly one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. but this season Bruno Fernandes has been very poor. I'm shocked in that aspect because last season he was very good. Manchester United have also got Marcus Rashford. He's had his good periods at Manchester United, but I think Rashford's been very, very poor since he come back from that shoulder problem. He hasn't been the same player. Rashford missed the first 2 months of the season with that shoulder problem. We've got Edison Cavani, that's good as well, as you all know, staying till the end of the season now. We've also got Martial. Martial is no longer good enough to represent the club. I think Martial will be leaving Manchester United this year. Fabrizio Romano recently said though that Sevilla cannot pay Martial's full wages plus loan fee. Towards the end of last year, Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. We've also got Juan Mata. Juan Mata doesn't really get in the team now, does he? But I reckon that he's had a good career at Manchester United. Juan Mata will be leaving the club this year. We've also got Donny van der Beek as well. He's a good player, but I haven't had a great deal of a perception on him at Manchester United because hasn't been given enough opportunities. Van der Beek will leave Man United in the summer because I have been hearing that he's not allowed to leave Manchester United this month. Van der Beek remains keen on leaving Manchester United in this January transfer window because the other week he held talks with Rangnick to discuss his future. And not so long ago, Van der Beek had a bust up with his agent. You know, we've also got Paul Pogba. He's a good player. He's not only a good player, he's an imperative player. Rangnick recently gave us an injury update on Paul Pogba. He said Paul Pogba's going to be out for at least another 4 weeks. Pogba has got a groin injury. By the way, last week Paul Pogba denied being offered a Manchester United contract because last week the Sun said that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a new £500,000 a week contract that would have made Paul Pogba the highest paid player in Premier League history. Pogba's out of contract at Man United in the summer. If he leaves this year, it'll be the summer. He won't leave this month. Manchester United have also got Fred. Fred's good when he wants to be. You know, he has had good games this season, but he's had a lot of poor games at Man United. I've got my reservations about Fred. Manchester United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk a few years ago now for around 50 million. You know, we've also got Scott McTominay. He's not good enough to represent the club, but he has had his good games at Manchester United. We've also got Nemanja Matic. Matic will leave Manchester United this year. Manchester United have also got Luke Shaw. He's a good left back overall, but I think Luke Shaw's been very poor this season when he has been fit, and I'm shocked in that aspect because last season Luke Shaw was very good. Alex Telles, you know, he's a decent left back as well. He's had some good games this season, especially under Rangnick. You know, Telles appeared to be our first choice left back under Rangnick, but obviously last 2-3 games we've decided to start Luke Shaw. We've also got Harry Maguire, not good enough to represent the club, and we need to take the captaincy off him. Maguire recently admitted that he's sick of Manchester United's poor form, and Maguire also said that Man United players are letting the fans down, and Maguire said that Rangnick is not all to blame for the poor performances. Maguire himself is enduring a very poor season. He recently sustained a knock and he had a calf injury earlier on this season, and he had ligament damage in his ankle towards the end of last season. We've also got Raphael Varane as well. I think he's a good centre-half, Varane, but since he come back from injury, he has been poor. He was poor against Wolves last Monday night. He didn't start against Burnley, but he came on. Surprisingly, against Burnley, Eric Bailly started, and Varane was poor on his return against Newcastle towards the end of last year. Varane's already endured 2 injuries since he signed for the club. He had a hamstring injury earlier on this season, and earlier on this season he had a groin injury, and he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. Eric Bailly, he's a good centre-half, but I reckon he'll be leaving this year because he doesn't get in the team much. Bailly's not available at the moment anyway because he's at the African Cup of Nations. He's injury prone, is Bailly, which is a concern. Man United have also got Victor Lindelof as well. He's not good enough to represent the club. I've always had my reservations about him. I want us to sell him this year, but I don't think we're going to. We've also got Phil Jones. We'll sell him this year. Phil Jones did play last Monday night against Wolves. And that was his first Premier League appearance since January 2020. And what a performance Phil Jones put out. He was our best player. At one point, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Did you know that Jones is only the outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era? This season is his 11th season at Man United. We've also got Diego. What?
So far, mine's negative.
Is it?
So, that just shows you how dodgy it is.
Yeah.
What a load of crap.
Like I said, we've got Diego Dallo as well. He's had some good games under Rangnick. I think there's a good chance though Man United will offload him this year. We've also got Wan-Bissaka as well. Good when he wants to be, but I think this season he's been poor in a lot of games. Defensively, Bissaka's good, but he's got to improve the attacking side of his game. Obviously, we've got De Gea, world-class goalkeeper. He deserves credit, he's done really, really well so far this season. He's saved Manchester United quite a few times this season. We've also got Dean Henderson. Good goalkeeper, but doesn't get in goal much because last summer De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson's only made 2 appearances this season. Earlier on this season he had COVID for a while. Man United looking to get rid of Henderson permanently this year because Rangnick told Henderson he cannot leave Man United on loan this month. Henderson regrets signing a new long-term contract at Man United. Was it before the start of last season he signed a 5-year contract with an option of a 6th year. Henderson's got that experience behind him because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before. And we've also got Tom Heaton. Tom Heaton is our 3rd choice goalkeeper. Manchester United got him on a free transfer from Aston Villa last summer. I think he signed a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.